Welcome to the show, and I've just got Mia and I here, and we're twittering away on Anthony_TOOP. So for those that are Twitter people, I'm just getting into it and hopefully sending out some really interesting information for you on the property sector and what's happening at the moment, especially leading into spring. Today's SA's finest is at Mount George, and it is the most incredible property. You'll be glued to the screen on that, so make sure you're ready for it. And TOOP+TOOP, starting home renovations. Of course, our Going, Going, Gone section, very popular indeed, showing the properties we've sold this week. So remember, we're live and we're interactive, so get on those emails, get your questions through, and we'll answer them at the end of the show. Oh, it's a great show today. I've been down to Victor and seen those beautiful blue seas and the rolling waves coming in, and then we went up to Mount Brecon, which is the one on the right-hand side as you come into Victor, right up on the hill, that castle. Now, we've got that coming up for sale. I was up in the turret, right in the top castle bit, right at the tower, and took a whole lot of photographs from my iPhone today, including some video. That is just the most incredible place. It is so huge, and that is a definite sale, and stay tuned. We'll have some footage on that, I hope, next week, depending on our TOOP TV people, and that is just the most amazing. Anyone at all who's got a superannuation payout or wants to start a conference centre or something like that, it is just going to be the opportunity of a lifetime. It is the most incredible property. And we've other amazing properties today as well, as you saw in the intro. It is the last day of winter today. It's a beautiful warm day. The sun is shining. There's a lot of stock coming on the market. Very exciting. Some of it is incredible. So stay tuned for more of that shortly. Now, as part of the spring, obviously a lot of you will be selling your properties. Now, we've got a whole series happening at the moment. Today's going to be a bit controversial, hopefully. And we've got a guy who I'll introduce a bit later in the studio with me live, and we're going to be debating online versus press. Now, to set the scene, in a moment, we've got Tom Pennis, who's the head of news advertising and real estate. Really interesting guy, and we've got some awesome footage with regard to Tom. But first, let's go to the inside story on why Australians aren't moving so often at the moment.
When it comes to moving house, Australians are opting to stay put for longer. The latest RP data report reveals 10 years ago, the hold period between sales was 6.8 years, and today it stands at 8.6 years. This has been attributed to a combination of slower property market conditions and an increase in costs associated with moving. But while the rest of the nation stays put, South Australians are choosing to move on a more frequent basis.
I'd like to see what's being offered at the moment. I'd like to see what's out there and to compare. I've heard now is a good time to buy, so yeah, I'm interested in looking.
RP Data's senior research analyst Cameron Cusher found Adelaide's homeowners tended to transact homes more regularly because of cheaper property prices and lower sale costs imposed on vendors. Darwin and Hobart are also experiencing this trend, while homeowners in Melbourne and Sydney remain in their homes the longest because of the higher purchase prices of houses. Overall, mining regions were found to have the shortest average hold periods, while it may be harder to find a home closer to the city centre, as this is where people are choosing to reside for longer.